What's up, grinders? Welcome back to the channel, and I just found out today that there's an entire subgenre dedicated to Americans watching content about Australia. That's right, this fucking blew my mind. I didn't think anyone cared about Australia that much, but here it is. Here's one of the YouTubers who's doing this, so it's called Australia Hits Different. Hey legends, welcome to Australia Hits Different. I'm Jacob Stephen, a Tennessee boy who's never even been to Australia yet, but I'm absolutely obsessed with it. Maybe there's an opening for me. Maybe I can make a YouTube channel that's called like fucking North Sentinel Island Hits Different, and just do react videos to people landing on the beach. That could be fucking amazing. But anyway, let's see what he's got going on here, because obviously if you have not figured it out so far, I'm fucking Australian. So, we're just gonna have a look at some of these videos, okay? We'll go to the video section. Now, this is the one that caught my attention in the algorithm. But he's got Australia bans kids from social media. America tries to understand Aussie profanity. Profanity is just part of our everyday speech. Americans react to $20 steak in Australia. $20 steak, that's fucking cheap. Aussie real estate made me reconsider my life choices. Americans, okay, so it's, come on, is there anything fucking interesting in here? Let's have a look. Anything. God damn it. Okay, 4 trailers deep. 4 trailers deep. Okay, it's got different meaning. Let's go back. Okay, oh, come on, let's pick something. American learns how Aussie Life will rewire your brain. How's this going to rewire my brain?
9 weird habits you pick up living in Australia.
Okay, let's see if I've got these 9 ass weird habits.
This video is coming from Sam4.
Oh, he's got fucking music, bro. Okay, one thing we don't do in Australia is we don't have fucking music behind us. The reason being is because we're actually fucking interesting. We don't need music to keep the TikTok generation's attention.
This was a recommendation by you guys. I'm really curious what weird habits are. I could imagine some like good habits. Weird is kind of like it makes me think you're going to be doing something, you know, like what we've seen walking in stores barefoot or something like that, which I know a lot of you said, hey, that doesn't happen too often, but...
It depends where you live. Like if you live in the countryside, that's a bit more common. But like, yeah, we don't really walk in the stores like barefoot. Okay, let's pull this back a little bit. If you're a country bumpkin and you got no fucking standards at all, yeah, you're gonna be doing that shit.
Weird habits. I would think of good habits would probably be like just a better quality of life, slowing down a little bit, maybe the food. I don't know. I'm really curious, so smash that like button. Let's dive in and figure out what these 9 weird habits are.
I swear, Australia does something to you. You arrive here thinking, oh, I'm just moving countries, new time zone, new weather.
He sounds posh. I don't like him.
Slightly different supermarket layout, but then you catch yourself doing things you never expected before and you take a good...
Is that Bondi? I'm just gonna go back 1 second. That looks like Bondi Beach. The reason I say that is because there was literally a shootout there today.
But then you catch yourself doing things you never expected before and you take a good hard look at yourself in the mirror and go, wait, who am I? And the wildest part is that it all feels strangely natural. It's like the country's gently rewired your brain and you secretly love it. So today we're diving into the 9 strange habits you pick up when you live in Australia. Let's start.
So apparently, if we go back a little bit, you're going to see right there, we write in whatever the fuck language this is.
Strange habits you pick up when you live in Australia. Let's start with number 1. And remember, Australia is a massive continent. My experience might be very different from your experience when you come here. Number 1, you stop playing a character. In the UK, we're terrible for the over-politeness, and...
You stop playing a character. I could get down with this.
What? Okay, I don't get this.
A lot of people play characters, and he's referencing the UK, so I'm sure it's probably pretty similar to how America is, like the facade that people put on. Let's see where he's going with this.
A character. In the UK, we're terrible for the over-politeness, and at first it seems quite lovely and charming, and then you realise it's kind of something we've dug ourselves into, and we struggle to get out of it, because we think in almost every situation, you...
How the fuck did we come from you guys? You nutritionally complete me. What does that even... I'm just, like, imagining eating him right now.
Have to be overly polite to be kind, and we also have the terrible habit in the UK of worrying about other people's opinions of us. And I know we all experience this wherever you're from, but it kind of feels like next level in the UK.
No, okay, I'm feeling like... Okay, you get those people who bitch and worry about, you know, oh, what does other people think about me here in Australia as well, okay? I'm pretty sure that is just someone who's got self-confidence issues. You got the same type of issues right here. You got people that are fucking worried about what everyone else thinks about them. Yeah, Yeah, it's pretty common.
And you actually start changing your behavior just to please other people. You start becoming someone you're not. Smiling when
That means you have not grown up and become your own man yet.
something has really hurt you. Saying thank you when somebody has, wronged you. And you come to Australia and you start making mates with other Australians. Or if you're like me, you married one. You realise that Australians can smell the fakeness and the over-politeness and you trying to be someone you're not from miles away or kilometres away.
I don't care if someone's like polite and shit. It doesn't bother me. They probably think I'm a little bit coarse though if they're trying to be polite to me.
I should say. Do you think that
I feel like from what I've heard from the British is that they're not really polite. I don't know. Maybe it could be in the area that he lives in. I definitely have heard that.
Look, okay, so I went to Britain, when was it? It was like 10, maybe 15 years ago. And when I went there, well, for one, I went to London. There wasn't really that many white people to bump into, okay? Pretty much everyone I met was Indian, but that's not too much different from Sydney anyway. But, I don't remember any, politeness or anything. There was none of this, oh, hello, chaps, how are we doing today? Oh, it was a splendid day. I just remember, when I first rocked up, one guy was like, make sure you bring an umbrella and sunscreen, because you don't know what the weather's gonna be. And I was like, oh, okay, well, that's good advice. And then that's pretty much what I did.
Americans come off like we are way too overly polite. Kind of like fake a little bit, constantly smiling, always saying how you doing to each other and communicating. At least this is somewhat what I've heard. So when I think of the UK, though, I think of a little bit more...
Did he just say Americans are like smiling and nice to each other?
Maybe it could be in the area that he lives in. I definitely have heard that Americans come off like we are way too overly polite. Kind of like fake a little bit, constantly smiling, always saying how you doing to each other and communicating. At least this is...
Bro, this is what Australians think about Americans, okay? Oh, wait, what are you doing? I'm trying to buy a fucking McDonald's burger. Well, can you hurry the fuck up, mate? I'm trying to get some, okay? And what you want to fucking do... That's what we fucking think about you guys, okay? You just fucking gun shooting violence over everything. Here, we obviously we ain't got the guns and stuff, so we just stab you.
Somewhat what I've heard. So when I think of the UK, though, I think of a little bit more, not grungy, but just, I've never been there, so I don't know. It could be these stereotypes that we hear about people constantly in different countries. Usually the stereotype comes from somewhere, but, it's not necessarily all people. So, all right, let's, I'm really curious. This is not what I was expecting from the video, and I'm kind of liking it, though. Let's keep going.
Brits are very over-polite and worry a lot about what other people think, so they put it on extra.
I think in generalized conversation, yes, but I think that sorry I think British people do care a lot about what you think, but Aussies just want authentic. I think they want it's that larrikin culture of being able to have a laugh and not take yourself too
okay. So it depends if you're actually talking about Aussies, because you got to remember the majority of Sydney is not Aussies. It's just it's a random mix of basically East Asia and then some parts of Europe basically. But yeah, if you go to actual Aussie culture, we love to have fun, mess around, fuck with you type of thing. But then at the same time, if you try to sell some bullshit, we will call you out on it.
seriously.
Thanks for your input.
No worries at all, everybody. We're matching in a biscuit.
Oh, no. 5 second rule, 5 second rule, 5 second rule. Number 2, you...
Oh yeah, we got the 5 second rule. I wonder, actually, maybe he was mocking us for that. Because we got the 5 second rule, which is basically you drop something on the ground, you're like, oh no, 5 seconds, I gotta eat this. But if the 5 second rule is not long enough, you just extend it to the 30 second rule. You're like, it's okay. 30 second rule, she'll be sweet, mate. It's all good, okay? If it goes beyond that, you just make sure no one's watching when you pick it up.
Fall in love with the outdoors again. Do you remember when you were a kid and you wanted to go outdoors a lot and you want to go to the woods and build a rope swing and get on your bike and things like that? I was a bit like that. But when you become an adult in the UK, especially when winter comes around, which kind of does feel like a 6-month season, some days we literally only get 6 hours of daylight and it's rainy and it's great. It's so easy to just plug yourself into the couch, turn on Netflix and just chain drink and eat tea and digestive biscuits. Whereas you come to Australia...
That sounds so disgusting.
And you realise what an impact the weather has on you. I've mentioned this before.
I can only imagine. Right now, it is pretpretty cold outside. Sweatshirt that I'm wearing. We just took the kids to the movies, and we had the day off, so took the kids out to the movies. Yesterday, we were out, went to a local pop-up shop where all these food trucks come in. It's playgrounds. It's nice being outside, but it's really cold. I mean, compared to some other countries, probably not as cold, but it's pretty chilly out right now. So when we are outside, it's raining, it's wet, it's cold, snowing. You definitely don't want to be out as much. But, I'll be completely honest. I probably spend too much time inside. outside. And in the summertime, definitely outdoors a lot more, out on the lake, doing things. But he's kind of right. I do, get in my shell a little bit inside the house. And usually I'm doing stuff that's productive, but I do spend a lot more time inside than I did when I was a kid. He's 100% right. And I'm sure that with the beautiful weather that you guys have, it is probably a lot easier to be spending your time outside.
Nope. Okay, let's get realistic. Yeah, we will go outside every now and then, but like, for example, today, it was hot as fucking balls out there, okay? You're sweating constantly. So all you want to do is get inside, away from the goddamn sun. And then as the sun goes down, you like peek your head outside and you'll be like, fucking, is it safe, bro? Yeah, it's fucking safe, and then you'll go out type of thing. But like, you go down the beach. This is why we've got like the highest fucking sun cancer rate in the I was gonna say in like the Western world, but I think it's actually just in the world in general. Like we got, I gotta fucking check that. Research has found Australia tops the world for the prevalence of cancer in men. Yes, men win again. Leading GPs to question what they say about our health system. It's got nothing to do with our health system, okay? We're a bunch of white guys in a fucking balls hot country. What do you think's gonna happen? We're gonna get cancer! We got none of that, like, what's that, melatonin shit, everyone else has got in their skin? Yeah, we ain't got that. So we just walk outside, we just get cancer.
We often get seasonal affective disorder in the UK, a lot of us do anyway, which is a type of depression caused by lack of sunlight, and it just makes you feel rubbish. And also, if you live in a city like Brisbane or Sydney, even Melbourne to a certain extent, you see a lot of locals getting outdoors, getting walks in, doing the free council-led fitness and yoga classes, getting on their bikes, running, and actually making the most of the outdoors. The amount of people I see with like picnic baskets, pitching up in a park here in Brisbane for date nights and family gatherings, and how it's such a big thing to get a load of food and cake in and go to the park with one of those public barbecues.
Maybe I don't enjoy this shit because I used to be in the military and I was forced to do it like to an absolute insane limit. Often with fucking American soldiers, because you boys were over here as well. You guys don't know this, okay? So in the Australian military, we get a ration pack. And it's like yay big, okay? This is for the entire fucking day. The Americans, these fat ass American soldiers, okay, they get one of these per meal. So we're over here like smashing our ration packs while out in the field. It's fucking balls hot, okay? And we're like, oh man, I gotta like cut this up, figure out how I want to save it over the day. And the Americans are like, I got one for every goddamn meal. So we end up trading them because like obviously the American soldiers, they want to try like the Australian ration packs. Worst trade for them ever. Best trade for us. You guys, your fucking ration packs, you got like the thing, you bend it and it cooks the goddamn burger inside the packet. And what do we give you? We give you like 20 years expired chocolate. As you open up the chocolate packet, literally just a dust cloud comes out and fucking probably like clogs up your lungs and shit. But yeah, it's just like you guys get the best ration packs.
And have a birthday party there. And I work from home, so now if I don't leave the house, I just go mad. I just go crazy. Quick reminder, if this video gets over 25,000 likes, I will go
20,000, 5,000 likes to fuck.
Play a proper game of NRL. That's something you want to see? Hit that like button. Number
25,000, right? Okay, all right. I'm hitting the like button. Let's keep going.
3.
I'm not. Fuck you. I'm not helping you.
You visit the bakery a lot more often.
You visit the bakery a lot more often. I don't think we have like other than in our supermarkets. I mean, I'm sure there's probably a bakery in my town, but we do most of our baking at home.
I'm guessing it's for the meat pies. Okay, that's the fucking shit thing about Sydney, okay? So, I love all the food in Sydney, lots of international food, but there's very little Australian food left. And you can't get a good goddamn meat pie here. I do not know of anywhere that does a good meat pie in Sydney. But if you go back to Tas, which is like this tiny little ass island hanging off the bottom of Australia, they got the best meat pies. Oh my god, I can't wait to go back.
All right, let's keep going.
UK, wait till you come to Australia. Bloody love it here. A really big thing here is Vietnamese bakeries that serve a hybrid of British, Australian baked goods and also Vietnamese things.
That's not Australian food. Well, I guess it is to an extent.
Like rice paper rolls, with a satay dip. Banh mi, which is basically...
This guy hasn't had real Australian food, I don't like him.
Meat and bread. I have the tofu version as I'm vegetarian, but it's still unreal. And then, of course, they've got your classic donuts, cakes, meat pies, sausage rolls, cookies, all of that stuff. But it's amazing because you can walk into one of these places. Everywhere I've been, the people have been so lovely and welcoming, and you come out with the best food hall ever, which makes you feel like you've travelled to several...
Of course they're welcoming. You're buying their food. Why wouldn't they be?
Different countries all in one day. Number 4, you learn to laugh at yourself. You know when you've truly made a friend with an Australian because they're not afraid to poke a bit of fun at you. It's not...
Oh yeah, we will. We also do it to ourselves. In fact, we do it more to ourselves than you. So we'll shit on ourselves And then once we've established the level at which we will go, then we will shit on you.
Like that toxic workplace banter that we have in the UK where everyone gathers round and, you know, that manager cracks a joke at your expense and everyone laughs at you and you actually feel really small about yourself. No, it's like poking fun at you, but it's done with a very endearing, loving quality. And
I've noticed this a little bit so far. I mean, we've had this. I started this channel. Gosh, it's been like 2 or 3 weeks. I think we've been going for. And I read your guys' comments. I don't
Wait, 2 or 3 weeks? How fucking big is your dude? You got 9k subs already. You fucking culturally appropriating us, man, and making money off of it. A legend. Fucking 2 to 3 weeks. Oh my god, look at the views he's getting. 19k, 11. Why the fuck do I talk about languages on this channel? Jesus, I should just talk about Australia.
respond to every single one. It's just a lot of time. There's a lot of them. But I do read them, and I get a little bit of the poking fun and kind of just messing around. I love it. It's great. I also get hate mail as well, but it's all good. It doesn't bug me too much.
Even if it is like a bit brutal sometimes, it doesn't feel anywhere near as harsh as it does if you're in the UK. And it's funny because I'm not perfect at always getting it. Sometimes an Aussie might crack a joke at my expense, and I do sometimes take it to heart and get a bit sensitive. Like,
harden the fuck up. That's basically how you got to live life here.
Not openly, but inside I'm a bit like sensitive about it, like, oh, do they not like me? And I realise it's actually because they were trying to build some sort of connection, and I'm like, oh, that's quite nice actually. And what I've learned is that Aussies often use humour to
That's
connect.
nice.
They don't want to get bogged down in all the unnecessary boring small talk. It's like crack a joke or two, gets you laughing, and you're already having a much better day. Hopefully this is something I can keep doing when I do visit friends and family back in the UK. Number 5, you learn how to deal with...
I don't know if you'd be able to take it back to another country and like do that. I can't wait to experience this, and by all means, you guys, crack the jokes in the comments. Say them to me when I...
I'm thinking of something to say about you, but I don't know you well enough yet.
come there. I'm okay. I got pretty thick skin. And like you said, if you hear someone doing it to you, it's usually a way that they're trying to connect with you, which I can appreciate, so.
Yeah, maybe that's the problem. Not looking to connect. It's just not at this stage.
That's pretty cool.
I can keep doing when I do visit friends and family back in the UK. Number 5, you learn how to deal with a real storm. I experienced my first cyclone here in Brisbane, the most terrifying experience of my life. I've done my Gold Duke of Edinburgh award, But then I realised after doing a bit of research that these cyclones, they actually ruin people's lives. They destroy people's businesses, their homes, and they can even kill people. And then I realised...
Okay, I still am trying to... I think a cyclone is very similar to a hurricane, right? They just call it
It's the same goddamn thing.
something different over on that side of the world, because we have hurricanes, not necessarily where I live. We'll get like the tail end of a hurricane, which is usually just a lot of rain, really windy, but we do get tornadoes, which are absolutely crazy. One of them came through Nashville, kind of where I live. I live on the outskirts, the suburbs of Nashville, in a little town called Mount Juliet, Lebanon. Anyway, probably about 4 years ago, a tornado came through, and at the time I was at a hotel in town doing something for work, and it literally blew through probably about 3/4 of a mile from where our house was at and where I was at, pretty much, and it just absolutely destroyed everything in its path. Entire schools, people of course did lose their lives in it. It was really terrible. Maybe it was like 5 years ago now. So I get the crazy weather. I've never been, I don't know what typhoons are like though.
Okay, so hurricanes, basically the way we deal with it in northern Queensland, which is originally where I'm from, you just make sure that everything's built off the ground so that when the storms come through and they just flood out the entire area, it's fine because the house is above the ground anyway. It's only a little bit dangerous when you're in like more of the older towns and they've got all the tin roofs and shit, and that guy's stuff comes like flying off the roof and stuff, and that could decapitate people, but overall, they're pretty much built to resist that shit now.
I can imagine, I can only imagine they're pretty damn crazy though.
Destroy people's businesses, their homes, and they can even kill people. And then I realised, oh, this is serious, and I need to take it seriously. So we stocked up.
Yeah, the UK doesn't
My
really
wife
have
told me
crazy,
about what to do if the
weather,
power
do they?
cuts out, or if the water cuts out, to do if there's fires or flash flooding. And a lot of Aussies told me that this cyclone wasn't even as bad as previous ones, in that it could have been a lot worse. And I was very thankful and grateful to God that we didn't get absolutely destroyed. And it doesn't just stop at...
Yeah, Brisbane's right at the tail end of it. If it gets to Brisbane, it's pretty unlikely. Well, like, obviously it got to Brisbane, but what I'm trying to fucking say is that generally, by the time it gets to Brisbane, they've weakened.
Cyclones, there are extreme lightning storms that we seem to experience on a regular basis
Hail,
in summer. Like I mentioned, there's flash flooding, which is a lot more serious than it sounds, and there's a whole heap of different things that, oh my word, you're like, I didn't
Wildfires.
even know
No, you guys
extreme
said
weather
some
until I
crazy
came here.
fires,
And it's
right?
funny, this chaos, it does teach you a lot of resilience. I feel a lot more street smart when it comes to weather now, and while I haven't experienced the extremes of Australian weather, I feel like I have a lot better chance at surviving extreme weather than I did when I was just living in the UK. By the way,
Just be inside, you'll be right. Like, if you're really worried, well, maybe it depends on what you're facing. You can either go underground or above ground, like off the ground type of thing. Like, you just gotta be indoors. Just don't be fucking running around the street like a fucking idiot going, hey bro, look what's going on out here, dance in the rain. Like, as long as you don't do that shit, you'll be right.
If you're feeling a bit stuck in your home country and you want to rebuild life abroad, somewhere like Australia, like I did,
You see those fucking kangaroos, okay? Everyone
by the way,
loves
if you're feeling a
kangaroos.
bit stuck in your home country and you want to rebuild life...
These guys here, these guys are like the fucking, what would you say? They're like the mosquitoes or the bugs of the how do I describe the cockroaches of the night, okay? Because when you drive between cities in Australia, there's very little lighting because like the distances is pretty far apart. And these little motherfuckers here, okay, you'll be driving along, you'll be doing 100 kilometers an hour. They will see the headlights of your car and they'll be like, oh, let's go check this shit out. And they will come and just like smash into the front of your goddamn car. Now, you're looking at these and you're going, okay, well, look at them. They're cute little rat type things. These things, some of them are bigger than men, okay? And like, if you go to Western Australia, they're crazy bigger. Like, you get one of these, go for the front of your car's fucked and you're in the middle of nowhere. Like, I was moving from a small town called Singleton to Sydney, drove down here, drove back at like 3 in the morning, got like 5 kilometers out of Singleton as one of these little motherfuckers went straight through the radiator of the car, okay? And this car had a actual bull bar on it, okay? So it was like it's meant to protect it. Bent that shit in, went through the radiator, tail just sticking out the front, car just goes, slows down, and I'm stuck out here in the middle of goddamn nowhere, okay? Middle of the night, calling up my mates going, can you come pick me up? And they're like, nah, bro, I'm at the pisser. You know, like, because they're drinking type of thing. I can't help you out, so I end up having to walk home for about 5 kilometers, get home about like 5 in the morning type of thing. Pissed as, because obviously my car's completely wrecked. And then I have to try and organize some freaking wrecker to go out there and pick that shit up. Now, these guys, cute as fuck. Love them, you know, especially when you see them in the parks and they're all like laying down and shit and you can lay on their bellies and stuff. But you gotta be careful when you're driving between cities. They will take your car out.
Abroad weekly newsletter with a load of helpful tips and fun little stories. So if that sounds good, I'll leave it in the first link in the description below, or you can scan this QR code here. Let's get back to it. Number 6.
By the way, you guys, I'll have his video linked down in the description below. If you guys want to check that out or his channel, by all means, it'll be there for you.
Become absolutely obsessed with sun safety. Now, whenever my parents leave the house without sunscreen, I'm like, what?
All right, before we get into it, I just want to say, I was like, I had this idea in my head that I was like, oh, I don't get sunburnt too often. If I do, it's maybe once a year. And yeah, the sun, I have good skin. You know, I get dark and the sun doesn't really bother me too much.
Nah, you're white, you'll burn.
And then some of you guys were in the comments and were like, man, you do not understand how insane the sun damage can be here in Australia. So I did a little bit of research and started looking around and I was like, oh, that's bad. Maybe we should do a video on that. Let me know if you guys want to see that.
Obsessed with sun safety. Now, whenever my parents leave the house without sunscreen, I'm like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Why are you trying to hurt yourselves? I love you guys. Not all Australians are like...
Also, you end up actually, depending on the type of person you are. So, for example, me, I'll always wear... That's why I'm not wearing a shirt. I'll always wear like a long sleeve shirt, jeans, you know, freaking a hat type of thing, because I don't want to be like the type of guy that has to put sunscreen all over his body. Now, there is obviously dudes who do that because they also want to tan, but I don't give a shit about that stuff.
But a lot are very, very sun safety conscious. A sun safety campaign here, Slip Slop Slap by Cancer Council.
That shit is out of date. Bro, that was like when I was a kid. I have not seen that stuff in donkey's years.
Absolutely amazing. Now, British skin plus Australian UV, absolute nightmare. Trust me, I once went paddleboarding on the Gold Coast. Thought I don't need sunscreen, it's cloudy. The UV was extreme. Man. I only realised that after. I got so sunburnt, I was like a tomato. Had the flight the next day, and whenever I was wearing a car seat belt in the taxi, it was sheer brutal pain. And I wouldn't wish it on my own worst enemy.
Yeah, what you gotta do in that situation is you grab a leaf from the aloe vera plant, you squish that shit all over. It helps a lot.
Actually, I think it was that mozzie that bit me 2 weeks ago. And I know a lot of people are worried about some of the chemicals in sunscreen. So what I would recommend is find yourself a natural sunscreen, one that uses something like zinc. A zinc-based sunscreen, from my research, is one of the healthiest for your skin. And it is really serious, right? Because in Australia, it has some of the highest amounts of skin cancer in the entire world. And I've seen both British and Australian relatives have to have skin cancer cut out of all sorts of parts of their body. It's a horrible experience. Number 7, quoting.
All right, sunscreen. Noted. I'm wearing sunscreen, you guys. Don't worry. I'm really curious to see how powerful this sun is. I feel like we have it pretty bad here too, but apparently it's not. And I'm a little scared and nervous, but...
Also parts of their body, and it's a horrible experience. Number 7, quoting Kath and Kim. If you've never seen Kath and Kim, it is a brilliant comedy. It's on Netflix in Australia right now, and it's about a mother, Kath, and her daughter, Kim, and their life together.
I don't know anyone who fucking watches this show in my generation.
To watch Australian TV every single week because we don't have like a Foxtel thing.
Here's the thing, so most Australians of my age and younger, they usually don't watch much Australian TV anymore. Like, when I was younger, obviously we watched a lot of Australian TV, but like, nowadays everyone's just watching Amazon Prime, fucking, you know, Netflix, Disney, whatever.
And I didn't think I would start quoting, you know, Australian TV shows as if I were a local, and then I walk around the house, I'm tidying up, I'm making brekkie, and I'm saying it's nice, it's different, it's unusual, and I'm like, what has become of me? Number 8, my cooking has
All right.
I wouldn't even get that reference if, like, you said that to me. I'd just be like, okay, Mr. fucking says a lot of words.
Can I check out this show? I've always wanted to, like, check out, like, foreign TV shows and movies, so maybe...
Bro, the way he says foreign, it's like we're like some fucking exotic land in the middle of, you know, the Middle East or something. You know, I gotta go check out. I'm just gonna have to find some translate, like some subtitles or some shit for that.
we can do that farther down the line. I wonder if... I was gonna say maybe I could do like a short little episode checking out that show, but it probably won't get approved.
And I'm saying it's nice, it's different, it's unusual, and I'm like, what has become of me? Number 8, my cooking has improved. One of the things I noticed when I first moved here is that a lot of the fresh produce in the grocery stores here, a lot of it's grown in Australia, and it means you kind of have to adapt to your cooking and your recipes to cook with the seasonal ingredients, like you would have done back in the day, I guess. And it becomes a bit like a game, going to the supermarket and thinking, oh, they don't have that in stock today, but they do have this. And also, a lot of the major supermarkets, like Coles and Woolies, they often have a greengrocers right outside with, in my opinion, even fresher, even better smelling fruit and veg. It's been really fun cooking with seasonal stuff, and actually it's taught me a bit more about agriculture, but it does teach you to think ahead a little bit more. Number 9.
I've never thought ahead in my life. I just walk up and I'm like, hey, what do I want to eat? Oh, no, this looks good. You know, like, never thought about it.
You do less online shopping. Now,
I can't wait. I can't wait to try the food. I know I've said it before in other videos if you guys have seen them before. Food is my thing. So I'm pumped to try all the type of different cuisines that you guys have and the produce. I'm going to be cooking at home.
Get the meat. The meat's where it's at. Oh, he's a vegetarian though. Oh, you're not welcome.
Well, not at home. Probably an Airbnb when I'm there.
agriculture, but it does teach you to think ahead a little bit more. Number 9, you do less online shopping. Now, my Amazon Prime Australia...
Okay, if he says any reason other than because shit won't get delivered, then it's bullshit.
I will probably disagree with this, but as I work from home, I sometimes get a bit of cabin fever. Even when I've done my run in the morning, I start getting a bit bored and a bit lethargic. And so this is a great excuse to get out of the house and support some local shops, the local economy. So now when I want to buy something, I don't just default. Is this true? I don't always default to buying it online. I will think, oh, can I get this at a proper brick and mortar shop? And it's nice because it does teach you to slow life down a bit. You don't need everything right here, right now. You don't need that. Everyone tells you to just get Uber Eats and DoorDash that and order all your clothes from that really cheap fast fashion website because they do next day delivery and you're just going to throw it in the bin a few weeks.
Okay, so if you're living in Brisbane or Sydney, you're probably safe with deliveries, but you live in any other place in Australia, man, you order something, you could be waiting weeks, months for it to arrive, especially if it's coming from overseas. Just getting through customs can take fucking ever. And shit gets lost all the time.
Weeks later, and you realise, no, I don't need to do that. I can just slow down and, like, enjoy life.
Yeah, see, it's got nothing to do with the slow down shit. If I could, like, order it and get it delivered, I would. Because when I was in China, man, you get everything delivered. Like, I remember, like, my wife was, because we were over there, she was working, she realised she forgot her mouse. She just ordered a fucking mouse on this app, and it was delivered within 10 minutes to the goddamn door. And I was like, what else can I order? And she's like, well, what do you want? And I'm like, I want everything. And like, I just went on a fucking ordering spree, okay? Just getting the most random shit. And like, it all gets delivered, like, almost instantly. So if we had that shit, I guarantee you, we're getting it delivered. It's just our fucking mail system here is atrocious. Like, half the time, it doesn't even get delivered to your door, okay? So you'll order something, and like, you give them the address, you're at home because you're working at home type of thing, and the delivery guy will walk up, or not walk up, he'll rock up in his truck, okay? He'll look at your driveway, it's about 5 meters to the mailbox, and then he'll look at the package, and he'll see it weighs like 10 kilos, and he'll look down and he'll go, unable to deliver, no one at home, because he just can't be fucked getting out of the truck into the goddamn heat of the day. And then he'll go deliver it to the local post office, which means you, as the person who lives in that house, now need to travel a good 15 to 20 minutes to your nearest post office to pick up the goddamn package.
A bit more, and slowing life down a bit more and reducing the amount of, dopamine you get from social media and shopping, not to get too deep. It feels really good, and Australia has really helped me to do that, and I'm very grateful to Australia. And the thing is,
I would like this a lot because Well, you know, my wife will do a lot of online shopping, but myself, I don't really. I mean, I do use Prime here and there, especially if it's like a part. Like I have a scooter, my son's scooter. I got to order a tube for it. I'm just going to pop on to Amazon. But for actual like local shopping, whether it's gifts for people, right now it's around Christmas time, I always go find my gifts from local businesses.
Don't get me gifts, as in like purchase me gifts. No, just give me money, bro. Just give me a card and say, look, you get $20 and be like, whoo-hee! You know, like that's the best way to make an Aussie happy. Just give them a card with some money on it and they'll figure out how they want to spend it. They'll love you just as much.
If I need clothes, I like to go actually to a store and go look at the clothes rather than ordering stuff online.
I fucking hate going to the stores and looking at clothes. Oh my god. My wife obviously loves it, okay? She'll love to go in there and she's like, oh, what do you think about this shirt and that shirt? And I'm like, just give me 20 of that and I'll just wear that for the next 10 years. Okay, and maybe grab the size above and the size below, you know, to make out for all the times where I fatten up a bit and I shrink down a bit.
It's happened, but I can get down with this, and I appreciate it a lot. I wish more people did this. The consumerism, at least here in America, is absolutely crazy. Everyone wants their DoorDash and their food delivered immediately, and next day delivery, like he was just saying, it's, I don't know, it's a little too much. It's convenient.
We want that. We fucking want that, bro. You guarantee you go to any Australian, I want this delivered immediately for a very, very low cost, okay? We'll be like, bro, give it to us, okay? The problem is we literally got internet like 10 freaking years ago. And I'm not joking about that. Maybe it was 15 years ago. Like, our internet was... I grew up on fucking dial-up, bro. Like, I'd be, like, playing a fucking game online, and my mum would get a call from her, you know, fucking whoever down the street, you know, Sheila or whatever. She'd be like, hey, you want to come over and fucking do some shit? And, like, I'd disconnect, and I'm like, Mom, I'm trying to play a fucking game! You know, like...
But I don't know where we're going with this, you know?
About all of these habits I've picked up, they all stack on top of each other, and you suddenly find that you're...
It sounds like these two guys, what they want to do is become Amish. Or Amish. Yeah, it's Amish. Because that's what the Amish got. They got none of that fucking delivery shit. They got a nice slow pace of life, fresh, you know, groceries and stuff. I'm actually pretty interested in Pennsylvanian Dutch. I actually considered learning it at some stage. You know, I'll just add it to the long list of languages I'm currently learning.
Not to sound cringy, but you're a much more different person than you were before. And you go back home to your home country, and your friends and family do take a second look at you, and they do think...
Probably a better person, too. I've been completely blown away by how much I've learned about your guys' country so far, and we've barely just dipped into it. You guys all seem so nice, too, which is... yeah.
Bruh, I don't know what the fuck to make about this. This is like some weird-ass video... with a weird-ass reaction. They're like, oh, Australia's like this. I'm like, the fuck, we sound like a land of goddamn hippies. What the fuck's going on? What do you guys think we are? Like, I know some of the stereotypes are true. You know, like, I pulled out fucking giant-ass knives on my videos before, and people are like, oh, that's the Australian coming out. But it's just because I got that shit, you know, at hand type of thing. But, like, bruh, this is weird. Weird. Yeah.
It's a breath of fresh air. I'll say that much. So, all right, I'm going to go ahead and head out of here. Like I said, I'll have Sam's link down in the description if you want to check him out. Sam, fantastic job on the video. Absolutely loved it. A lot of information that I needed to know. Not that I'm sure if I would ever fully move to Australia, but you never know. Could be possible.
Yeah, no, you just keep milking us for the monies. That's what your YouTube channel's about. And you know what? I recognize a grinder. You're a grinder. You just fucking milk Australia. Fucking just take it, you fucking culturally appropriate everything anyway. Nah, I'm cool with it. It's okay. Like, you can make money out of us. I don't care, bro. Fucking make money out of us. Don't move here though. Like, what the fuck would you do that? That sounds like, especially housing prices. Don't come here for that. Or the internet. Don't come here for that. Okay. What else would you do if you come? I guess if you want to avoid the gun violence, but we literally had that today, so we can't really say that one either right now. Yeah. Fucking mosquitoes, man. Mosquitoes, that's where it's at. Anyway, if you guys have enjoyed this reaction to a reaction to a reaction... No, that was the original... The reaction to a reaction of a dude who is living in a very different world to me in Australia. Apparently he's in Brisbane. Maybe that explains it. Brisbane's a fucking weird city. It's like... Now, I was going to say it's the California of Australia, but that's probably Melbourne. Melbourne's like the California of Australia. What is Brisbane? I don't know, I can't really remember, I don't know, I just remember that I went there with some mates to see Linkin Park, a concert, while we were there, and my mate, he got, I don't know what happened, but he didn't pay for the train ticket or something. And then like the train conductor or, the person who's checking the tickets, he's like, I'll let you off with a warning, but don't you ever come back to my city again. Because he was from Perth. And he's like, why the fuck would I ever come back here? It's like 3 hours away. Anyway, yeah, if you like the video, subscribe. I'll see you all in the next video. Peace out.